Ladies and gentlemen, I have some news. The FBI are a bunch of corrupt puppets of the deep state cabal. Wait a minute, that's not news. We already knew that. Where was I going with this again? Oh, right, the synth. Anyway, he was on Rogan a short while ago, and then he said this.
5 or 7 days when it was basically being determined whether it was false, the distribution on Facebook was decreased, but people were still allowed to share it. So you could still share it, you could still consume it.
So when you say the distribution is decreased,
it got shared.
How does that work?
It basically, the ranking in newsfeed was a little bit less. So fewer people saw it than would have otherwise. So it definitely...
By what percentage?
I don't know off the top of my head, but it's meaningful. But basically, a lot of people were still able to share it. We got a lot of complaints that was the case. Obviously this is a hyper-political issue, so depending on what side of the political spectrum.
Now, not being on Facebook, I do vaguely recall people saying the story can't be shared, so as usual, that man is talking sheer bollocks. Or he isn't really running the company and he's just a face of it. Who the hell knows at this point? But like I said before, either the FBI lied and said it was Russian disinformation, even though they had no idea what the hell was on the laptop, or they lied and called it Russian disinformation knowing full well it was legit. Lies either way. And then sat on it, apparently for over a year, to then suddenly say, oh, it's real, by the way, presumably going through it, which would confirm lie A in this scenario, seeing as you now say it's real. Again, the FBI is either lying, corrupt, or full of shit, or very clearly, all freaking three. I'll be honest with you all, I was more fucking amazed at the hordes of the moronic plebs who still buy the phrase Russian disinformation. I mean, my word, you have to be seriously stupid not to see that phrase as the most obvious fucking code for shit Stevie fucking Wonder can see the Democrats are guilty of. Everyone who has an IQ higher than the empty bucket saw that and instantly went, yeah, that story is real, we're gonna call it now. And sure enough, as usual, the conspiracy theory ends up being right on the money 7 months down the line. It's almost like freaking clockwork at this point. By the way, has anyone noticed no one has pointed out that Russia didn't do shit when Trump was in office, so how the hell is Trump the Russian stooge when he was cranking out domestic energy products that directly rivals Russia's ability to produce revenue? Yet the moment the rigor mortis riddled carcass gets into power, he shuts off the energy production, Putin gets a green light to fund his war with an increase in domestic revenue, and no one says shit about this! Now we have to suffer through bumbling imbeciles who call this the Putin price hikes. Explain that one, you fucking retards. That is a bit that will drive you mad. That it's so bloody obvious that every time you see that stupid phrase peddled in the media and you see legions of suckers still buy it, you go, oh, come on! Now his story of, oh, the FBI approached us. Call me the Lord Utensil of cynicism all you want, but I do not believe for a freaking second that it was some kind of cordial exchange of pleasantries to remain vigilant. More than likely, it was a damn eagle talent to the collarbone and warning suppress this or those talents are gonna empty your coin purse faster than Hunter Biden in a premium Pornhub membership. Now, I have 2 questions about this whole situation, and as usual with many things, I have no idea to the answer, which is obvious, it's why I'm asking the question. First one, you dumbass Republicans who I can't fucking stand, can you lazy good-for-nothing feckless tards do something other than, oh, we're gonna have a hearing, which is US political speak for, quick, look like we're doing something for at least 50 seconds. There's a reason why Thomas Sowell said people who enjoy meetings shouldn't be in charge of anything. Nothing will come of this, nothing will happen, no one will be held to account or punished, and within 72 hours, something else stupid will happen, which will draw the attention of the masses. Is it any wonder why so many people think government sucks harder than Biden on his bony-ass knees in front of Xi Jinping? Second one would be, why the hell are you doing this now, Zucker? And how are you saying this so openly? This bombshell, so to speak, well, it's not really a bombshell to the initiated red pillars, it's more, yeah, no shit, welcome to the party, pal, sort of admission. But you're saying this on Rogan, which you must surely know is going to go viral. At a time where the FBI just committed the most egregiously naked partisan attack on a political rival and cemented the thought in many of people's minds that the Yanks have a 2-tier justice system. You can't help but look at this level of bullshit and think something is rotten in the state of Denmark, because it doesn't make any sense. As is usually the case, the simplest formula we shall revert to for these kinds of shenanigans is who benefits. Well, Trump does. Zucker, you dumped as much money in the 2020 election as Hunter Biden does in a monthly crack habit. Why the hell would you say something that is going to obviously make Trump dance a jig in the corner and say, I am never wrong? What the hell do you get out of this? It makes you and your company look like an obvious apparatus for the deep state. You yourself look guilty as sin. You're undermining the so-called bipartisan above politics appearance of the FBI, and you're making the entire White House look like a shady Oscar Ball who openly colluded to retool the 2020 election in their favor. I saw a post on Twitter, now as unlikely and perhaps nonsensical as this sounds, so it makes more sense than anything else I could come up with, is that they know the pendulum is swinging and is going to go hard in the other way, and their grip on power is not going to last. So they want to burn this bridge and get in good with the next incoming regime, because that regime could go full dongzo and torch their pubes to a third world garnish. Implausible as that may be, we're living in strange freaking times, people. And that is all for today, and I will see you all next time.